What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trades and Gains, and we're back with another unusual options flow with Investor Central Club. This is your noon pulse check on where the big money is flowing and what it might be telling us today. We don't do boring rundowns here. We talk sweeps, blocks, big bets, and WTF flows that make you wonder, what do they know that we don't? First, let's talk about the biggest call buys of the morning. These aren't your grandma's $50 YOLOs, by the way. We're talking size, conviction, and juicy premiums. So to kick things off, CAVA came in strong with a $2.64 million block of December 19th, $90 calls. Someone just went in on 3,000 December 90 calls at an $8.80 average. That's a $2.6 million bet on Greek yogurt and Mediterranean food going to the moon. CAVA's been on a momentum run, and it's a momentum name. Post-earnings pop, low float. This is a long-dated play, and it's sizey enough to make me raise an eyebrow at it and think, what do they know that we don't, baby? We also saw Palantir. That was one of our big prints from this morning, 5.78 million on the 131 calls due this week. Yeah, you read that right. 5.78 million on a weekly. 8,600 contracts swept at $6.72 average. That's not retail, folks. Either Palantir is landing a secret AI contract or someone's trying to make the government surveillance overlords rich again. We saw QUBT weekly YOLO buy, 695 June 13th calls. 90K sounds small here. Filter on for that for you. So 90K may sound small in that mind, but I could promise you one thing. It's a Bitcoin, not a Bitcoin. It has 322% IV and expiration in 2 days. This is a full send lotto energy right here. We saw MSTR also come into our flow. This is a Bitcoin proxy play. Someone's front running crypto strength with size. MicroStrategy is Bitcoin exposure in a suit, basically. So the flows here are bullish, but we need to look at both sides of the tape. So let's talk about some of our top sells and our put action that we're seeing today. So first thing that we saw here is we saw someone selling 15.89 million of Tesla 330 puts. This is massive size here, 1,500 contracts at 10.59 each. Someone sees Elon tweeting his way into another 30% drawdown here, apparently. Tesla IV was at 62%, and the spot was at 333. Someone's expecting some more pain. We also saw NBIS. We saw 3.36 million $46 puts being sold for January 16th of 2026 here, with a $9.60 average. It's a biotech name, long dated, 3,500 contracts. That's deep conviction on some bearishness there. Seems like a volatility play or insurance. It's definitely not a directional nuke, though. We also saw EWZ come through. That's a Brazil ETF, 2.9 million in December puts. Global macro bet, not the first time we've seen a weird size in EWZ. We saw something earlier back in September, actually. Maybe just bearish Brazil. Now, let's talk about some flow with context, and let's zoom out and look at what all this could mean for the rest of the session. The market pulse here, SPY's chopping up right now around 603. Is still sub 13, no real fear there. Tech strong early, but semis are waking up. NVIDIA flow is supporting this as well. The options flow is saying long bets into crypto proxies, Mr. AI, Palantir, and high beta names like CAVA. Defensive flow showing up in Tesla, NBIS, and Brazilian equities. This flow is not screaming collapse, but it's definitely not risk on euphoria either. We're in a chop zone with whales positioning for breakouts or hedging quietly. If I had to pick one trade off this tape, I like tailing the PLTR call. I think it's a great position. Big size, institutional execution, long time frame, which equals patient money. And you see with a lot of these longer dated call outs that we give, it typically takes some time for them to pay out. The AI narrative is also heating up post CPI. This isn't a scalp. This is a I want to be early to something big kind of play. And that's a wrap for today's unusual options flow from Investor Central Club. If you're liking this kind of midday intel, drop a money bag in the comments. By the way, use that code 130 to get 70% off your first month with Investor Central Club. But don't forget to smash that like button, sub for daily flow updates, and tap the bell if you want to stay one step ahead of the tape. Got a ticker you want me to track? Drop it below. And maybe your favorite whale will show up on tomorrow's show. Investor Central Club, we follow the money so you don't have to guess. Have a great rest of your day.